What is going on, guys? My name is ggforgoblinguide, and today we're gonna find out which deck should I play in Modern. Let's get started. For today's video, we're gonna do a ChannelFireball Quiz on Modern, so it's pretty much going to ask me questions about the format and Magic in general. And based on my answer, it's gonna tell me which deck should I play in the Modern format. So I saw other content creators try the test, notably Nikachu, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And I know Modern can be a bit overwhelming for newer players to choose a deck because the deck are expensive. So sometimes you're just going to choose one deck to play at the beginning. And I think if this test is accurate, it's going to help a lot of players choose their first deck in Modern. So let's get started, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. So let's go up to the first question. All right, so I forgot to mention, but before answering the first question, just want to make a little note. Other content creators sometimes had like a deck in mind before answering the quiz. I don't really want to think that way when I'm going to answer the questions. I don't want to think like, okay, what is the right answer for me for a burn player? I'm just gonna answer like for Modern in general, what the things I like to do, or what is the type of deck that I like to play, and the final answer will give me, I guess, the deck I should play. So maybe it's not even going to be burn, so let's see. What's the most important attribute for a deck to have? Consistency. If your cards do all the same thing, you're always on a plan. Power. All I need is one big haymaker to win the game. Longevity. Even decks that can win fast should be preferred for a long game. Versatility. Model cards and broad set of threats. Answers will prepare you for anything. I can't read, but that's fine. So I don't really like power or versatility. Versatility, I do like it. Like sometimes when I'm not playing Modern, but in Modern I don't really like versatility that much. Consistency is a pretty interesting to me. I like often decks that do often the same thing, like burn, that have like one game plan and want to do this game plan even before knowing what your opponent is going to be. And I do like longevity as well, so decks that can either win on turn 4, but they can also grind games out, like Obosh, Mono-Red Obosh or something. Power is not really my thing. I don't like playing one bit thing and win the game like Titan players. I think it's between these two, but I think I'm going to go with consistency. Alright, how adventurous are you on your mana base? I'm all about shocks, trams, and fetches. Let's play it safe, 2 colors and plenty of basics. 2 colors is plenty, but let's keep the land count low. I don't need more than 1 color, it just wants a lot of mana. Nothing is like really popping out from the others, but I'm usually in Magic, in Modern in general, I like to play only 2 colors. And I don't like having like a ton of lands. Like more than 24 lands for me is too much. Usually I like decks that have less than that, so I think 2 colors is plenty, but let's keep the land count low. What's your most important resource? Creature. I'm here to flood the board early and often. For life, I start with 20, I only need 1. Yep. Cards in the hand, as long as I have enough, I can deal with anything. My grave, that's where all the fun happens. So definitely not my grave. I don't like playing with my graveyard. I'm really not a dredge player. I like Snapcaster Mage, but that's pretty much it. Life, I like the fact that when you only have 1 life, you're not dead, and that's fine. But then again, I don't like that much that principle. I'm not really like a Thoughtseize player or Dismember. I don't like to lose too much life. Creatures, I like creatures, but it's definitely not my thing in Magic. The thing I like to cast the most is spells, instant and sorceries. Cards in hand, as long as I have enough, I can deal with anything. My 2 favorite colors is blue and red. So this is more my thing. I like to have like a lot of cards, and I like to have Not necessarily a lot of cards, but I like to have enough cards, and the cards are gonna do enough on their own. So Lightning Bolt is just a super efficient way to deal with something. So I think I'm gonna go with cards in hand. Which of these is the best card draw spell? Mishra's Bubble, Thortic Reunion, Renin 6, and Niv Mizzet Reborn. So that's funny because all of these cards are like not really conventional ways to draw cards. Like Mishra's Bowl is just a cycle and it's good again with artifact strategy and like lures. Thortic is not really used in Modern except for like Dredge. Pretty much its only use. Renin 6 is a value engine and you draw cards, I guess. If Mizzet is like, yeah, that's pretty much the one that draws cards. I'm gonna go with like which one I like better. It's probably Renin 6. It's just so much value that you're doing with only a 2-mana Planeswalker. And it's like drawing cards, like drawing specifically lines, but it's not really drawing, but it's like my favorite cards in all of these 4 choices. How long is the ideal game of Magic? In general or in Modern? Alright, 2 turns, that's all I need. Now, I don't really like 2 turns games. I think it's boring, just someone just goes off and you're like looking at him and you're like, alright. Nice game. The best deck can win any game, whether it's fast or grindy. This one I like. How much time is left on the round? I don't like going to go like to. Alright. I don't like when I'm playing thinking about, do I just concede to make the game, the 3rd game go? Like when you're playing Control, you always have to think about that. Just always you need to have the time in the back of your head, and I don't like this aspect of the game. 4 to 6 turns is about right, plenty of time for interaction. This is one I also like, but I do like this, which is sometimes you're gonna win fast games or grindy games. This is the kind of decks I like. Decks that can win on turn 3 or 4, but can also grind out games. And this one is also good, but I think I'm gonna choose this one. Also in Magic, what kind of games do I like? Strategy games that reward calculation and technical thinking. Something quick I can play on my phone. Fast-moving competition games where I can get an adrenaline rush and something fun and like with good art or graphics. So definitely not this one. I pretty much play 0 games on my phone. Yeah, I just don't play any games on my phone. Something light and fun with good art graphics, not really. I'm more between these two. My favorite like series of games is like the Dark Souls, Bloodborne series. So fast-moving competitive games where I can get an Legendary Rush is I really like this in some games. But I think like, except for Dark Souls, I really like strategy games that reward calculation and tactical thinking. I really like those kind of games, like Civilization or Total War games, or any game that you have to think many turns ahead. And even with Dark Souls, sometimes when you're fighting bosses, you have to think ahead. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. Are you good at bluffing? Not really, but that doesn't matter if you just play all your cards quickly right. I prefer to reveal everything, makes me the win more satisfying. No, I'm awful at it, or am I? I'm decent at bluffing, but worse at reading bluffs. I prefer to know what's in your hand. Alright, so definitely not this one. Because I think I'm pretty good at reading bluffs. I think any aggressive player, any good aggressive player has to be good at reading bluffs and bluffing, because when you're facing a player that is going to have like 10 times more resources than you, sometimes you gotta bluff that you have an answer for what they have, and maybe they're gonna play scared and they're not gonna do certain actions. So I think I'm gonna go with no Amalfo on it, or am I? So I think I'm a pretty decent bluffer in paper Magic games, of course, because Magic Online is a little more difficult to do some bluffing and reading faces and such. How much do you adjust decks for a local metagame? Rather just take a list from the internet and jam it. I'll get by on the play skill. Not really. If I need to change my deck a lot, I'd rather just play something else. I change my sideboard for every event I play. Reveal list with enough card selection that I can figure out some flexes in the main deck. Not really the last one. I like to change my sideboard for almost every event, but I think I don't like having to think with like 5 or 6, 7, 8 main deck cards that I want to change. Usually I change like between 1 and 3 main deck cards and like between 1 and 6 sideboard cards. I'm more with this one I change for every event I play in. How do you feel about combos in competitive Magic? I love them. These are nothing better in this game than going off with a combo. Not a fan. That's why I love hand disruption so much. No. 2 cards combo are boring and rather make my whole deck into an engine. Are part of the game. Some cards are clear references, others by name after all. I don't dislike combos like that much. I'm just not a fan of playing them. I don't like that much playing Storm or other kinds of combo decks. But one of my favorite decks was actually Slitter Twin or Kiki-Jiki now. So I do like control decks that can win with a combo in it. So I don't dislike combos, but I think they're just part of the game. And in Modern specifically, you have a lot of ways to interact with combo decks, so they're not really a big problem. Which of these sideboard cards scares you the most? Blood Moon? Not really. I'm often playing Blood Moon in my decks. When I'm playing Control, I sometimes play Blue Moons. I play Blood Moon myself, and I often play red decks. I don't really care that much about Blood Moon. Path to Exile, I don't play that much creature decks, like Armagoyf or Death Shadow or something, so I don't really care that much about Path. Spellskite, I don't even understand why this card is here, honestly. It's not really used, except for like Infect decks, so... And Core Firewalker, well, this one, I guess you already know, this is one pain in the ass sometimes when you're playing only your Lightning Bolt decks, like me. Yay, I've completed the quiz, but now I have to share my information because when something is free, it's not really free. You have to give your information. So let's do that. Here's your deck. You should play Burn. You're smart enough to know Burn isn't as easy as people say it is, and you're well equipped to show them just how strong it is. With tactical thinking, good resources management, and the occasional lightning bolt off the top at the right time. Yep. You're ready to outwit your enemies with the philosophy of fire. So, as you can see, the quiz is pretty accurate. They pretty much nailed it, and honestly, I wasn't sure that I was going to get burned because a lot of my answers were not necessarily for like the burn or aggressive type archetype. So I guess they pretty much nailed it, and I'm truly a burned player. So, if you enjoyed the video, let me know by smashing the like button and subscribe to my channel for more modern-based content. And let me know if you want to do this quiz on your own. Let me know what is your result in the comment section below. I'm pretty curious. How many results are there, first of all? And I'll let the link in the description. So, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.